We're here today with Chris Caton, the Chief Economist from BT. We're very lucky to have him in our office to ask some questions about his views of the economy.
Let me say first of all that the mining boom is not over. The mining investment boom is over. But we've increased the capacity of this industry enormously, and demand for the output of the industry is still growing significantly. So the mining boom is by no means over. Investment has stopped growing, and we're no longer getting the exceptional rise in prices that we used to get every year. So we'll still get some growth from mining, particularly mining exports. We'll also get growth from other exports, because although the exchange rate is hanging up around 92, 93 cents, it's not so long. It's less than a year since it was $1.05, and that fall has helped exports in other areas, but tourism is a clear example. And so we're getting growth from there. We're getting growth from in retail spending, believe it or not. A lot of people haven't twigged to that yet, but retail turned the corner sometime in the middle of last year. And we're also getting growth in housing, in construction particularly. So other parts of the economy are responding. I think of the guest that hasn't yet arrived at the growth party is non-mining capital spending. But you have to figure, with interest rates as low as they are, that will eventually pick up also. Well, just very briefly, the US has been engaged in so-called quantitative easing, purchasing of mortgage-backed securities and long-term bonds every month. That program is due to taper out by September, October this year. You can show very simply on a chart that while they've been engaging in quantitative easing, that's been very helpful for their share market. Everything that's helpful for theirs tends to be helpful for ours, all other things being equal, of course. That process has pushed our market, has helped our market rise to something close to fair value. When they stop doing this, because they have signaled so far in advance they are going to stop, there is no reason to expect massive market disruption on that day, perhaps some volatility. So the US basically doesn't look like it's going to hurt us much, also doesn't look like it's going to help us much either. The other issues, of course, in the rest of the world always include Europe. The European situation has gone very quiet. Financial markets are not concerned about European debt anymore. They've still got the debt, and it's going to take them a long time to get that under control, but if financial markets are not worried about it, then you don't have a debt problem. And the third area, the rest of the world, of course, that's always important for Australia and will continue to be, is China. Just very briefly, China is no longer growing at the pace that it was. That means while they're still purchasing more and more of our iron ore, they will purchase more and more of our LNG. The worldwide supply-demand balance of the resource industry now means we're no longer getting the significant commodity price increases we were getting. In fact, commodity prices have come down and may come down further. So China's still a good story for us. It's not as great a story as it used to be, and if you think of China as having slowed from 10% growth to 7.5%, that's okay. We've learned to live with that. If that 7.5% were to become 6.5% or 6%, even for a year or two, that would have a dramatic effect on Australia. At some stage out there, it's going to happen. China's going to have a bad year, and there's no question we will have a bad year when that happens. But I don't know why you'd be forecasting in the next, say, 12 months to 2 years.
Chris, as always, wonderfully insightful. Thank you for giving us your time today.
My pleasure.